All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about three high run fits. All right, we talked about kind of the pass concepts or pass alignments, pass assignments. In this video, we're going to talk about our run fits. We're going to just do it against 11 personnel, same formation we talked about last time. Remember, Mike's going to be displaced to 2, free safety, his normal alignment. Your star is going to bump back to about 8 yards, and he's going to relate to 3. Will's going to stay in a 30. And then your rover and corner can play games on this back side. Again, we're going to be talking like we're in mix or palms because that back is away, which means our threat of RPO is pretty low, right? So let's draw power. All right, so we get here, double to the back side. All right, we're going to try to play this Y off. If he's outside of the tackle, we're going to play like a go 6. So he'll go down here. We'll try to blow up C gap there. Now our Mike. All right, he's outside. So what are we going to do? We're going to go box. We're going to go dent this football and force it back inside. Fit where your leverage is, right? So we get to pull it around. We're going to dent there, force the ball back inside. And now our star, when we see that Y block, we trigger inside out run fit. Now we're filling the alley. That Mike is going to box it so we can fit inside out. And guys, what's good is, and I have a clip of Oregon doing this, is most of the time no one ever gets to that star. Offensive linemen aren't really counting that safety personnel as a hat in the box. So you kind of have a free hitter there. Your Will is going to be shuffling, and he's going to play cut back here. And then again, play games with your backside, right? You can either spin it down or you can trap it. However you want to do it is up to you. But I like rolling that backside safety down every once in a while in case they want to run counter or something back to it. All right, now let's look at some run fits out of 2x2 because now we have both backers out of the box, okay? So what Oregon does a good job of is they use stunts and Jimmy and Pony calls to cover up these inside gaps. One, they're going to play a shade right here. All right, they're going to play a 3, and they're going to squeeze this down. Okay, so A gap is probably going to be pretty cloudy. The one thing we got to worry about is this B gap. All right, now they've done some different things. They have stunted through here and wrapped around, okay? Or they have played the rock, we call it a rock technique. Some call it a 5-4 jam or a heavy technique, however you want to call it. Basically, you get that down block, you're going to squeeze and spill, right? If you get the out, you're going to cross that face and get into B gap. Essentially, you want to force this ball to both of your backers that are displaced. Your star is still relating to 3. So now it's just a tracking drill for your star. All right, he's looking for that mesh point. Bam, he's going to take some read steps. He's got to be thinking, okay, I've got to fit this ball inside out. But I do know most of this should be pretty clogged up, right? We're going to try to force this ball out to these linebackers so that star can play inside out on the running back. And guys, probably my favorite thing about this, and I think it's why Oregon does it, is because it allows you to keep too high structure. You don't have to waste one of those safeties down in the run game. You can keep your split field coverage and keep those guys back to play the pass, right? So I'll look at it one more time just to kind of show you what I'm seeing, right? When they run anything over here, bam, like we've already talked about, you've got enough hats. They're going to kick you, and now you got one-on-one with a ball carrier and a cutback player. And you're still able to keep both safeties back. Now, obviously, right, if you were to go mix and this 2 goes out, that safety is going to come off the ceiling, but you could also go palms there to keep him back as well. And then, again, on that backside, if you are facing a heavy GT team, right, coming back to you, you're probably going to want to roll him down at some point. But again, you can also trap this, and now that corner becomes the force player. And let me tell you, Oregon has a freak over here that is not afraid to come fit the run. Against Texas Tech, they ran counter to him, and I saw him dent the right guard like he was an outside linebacker. So they do a really good job of showing different looks, but also being really solid in the run game in this 3 high structure. I think it really stresses the offensive line of who do they double to when there's no one in the middle, and I think it makes it very difficult for an offense, especially if you haven't practiced against it or seen it.